Well, I am here with Victoria Andrews of Getting Smart. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I wonder if you could start off just by telling us a bit more about what Getting Smart does and your role with them.
Sure. Getting Smart, our main focus is to amplify and advance people that are in the innovative space in education. So that may look like supporting school districts that are trying out new learning models. It may look like working with people that are adjacent to education. It may look like supporting people that are wanting to be creative with how they train and recruit and build teachers. So that is basically what we do. And we do that not for any particular niche group. We do that so that we can support all learners. And we really do mean all learners. So that means the people that are in rural America, that means our urban youth, that means Black and Brown students, that means students that are neurodivergent. So we truly try to support systems and structures for all students. And so my role within that as the learning design director is to help those schools that are trying to build or redesign. And that may look like training and recruiting teachers, helping them to really dive in and dig into their mindsets. When you're doing something new, it can be scary. So to release and become unshackled and free ourselves from those mindsets that might be holding us back that lead to innovation and change. It might mean leading a school on a school tour to a very innovative model so that they can see and dream, because sometimes we can't really dream unless we see somebody else doing something similar. It also means just also amplifying people that are doing amazing work so that other people know about them and let them know that they're not on their own, allowing community to be built and fostering that community.
I wonder about that idea of empowering and enabling community. I think you mentioned this is necessary for learners. This is necessary for educators. What conditions enable that sort of empowered community? How does Getting Smart engage with educators and learners in community and building that?
So first of all, we have to have a common definition when we think of educators. We're not just limiting that to teachers. We're inclusive of the cafeteria worker. We're inclusive of the bus driver. Parents are educators, bringing them alongside. The person that owns the family-owned business that's been in the neighborhood for years, they are part of the education team, or they are educators that coach, that teaches lacrosse or basketball for the last 10 years. They're an educator as well, and helping everybody to see the role that they have in that community. So that may look like community conversations. It may look like a community of practice where we're all focused around a common problem, whether it is how do we increase enrollment? How do we target youth that are disengaged? How do we re-engage students who often have felt school is not for them? It's actually the antithesis of what it's supposed to be. So we have to have those conversations and letting everybody know that their voice is heard, and there's a level of understanding in the space in which they're sharing is not just out of a tokenism move, just like, oh, we've heard from, X community or this community, but truly allowing them to be seen and to be valued so that they know that there's a high level of investment in their in the community, that they're actually being seen. Yeah. So that is one way that you can really empower all different educators.
That makes perfect sense to me, that in working on the health of a community, you would look to every respective member of that community, regardless of their role, and work on strengthening that role within the community.
So that they that level of buy-in. And it's not that this is something that's being done to us. This is something that I actually have an active role in.
That's wonderful. With the Educating All Learners Alliance, a lot of the work that we do is, centering students and learners with learning differences and disabilities. How does Getting Smart center teachers of students, especially students with learning differences or disabilities?
So one way that we do that is with our two of the campaigns that we're supporting right now. One is the Pathways campaign.
Mm.
So helping students to, we truly believe that all students should find and be exposed to a pathway that resonates with them. Not just this is the pathway. I want to be a doctor, so I'm in the medical pathway.
Yeah.
No, allow me to explore engineering and how design thinking can help me in that space, or being in an agricultural pathway so that I can learn more about community and more about sustainability, or